Welcome back to Simple Deals, Hauls, and Coupons. Today I have the Dollar General penny list with the markdown list video, and this is for November 5th. And we have so many pennies in so many different areas, so it's really going to be a great day on tomorrow if you're going to go out trying to find some pennies. I'd like to thank the freebieguide.com for posting the penny in the markdown list. He has a great website. If you haven't been over there, it's definitely worth a check. And he offers all kinds of freebies and deals. He adds new freebies and deals every single day. We're going to start off with the markdown list for November 5th. The $1 Summer Barbecue Fun is 70% off. The $1 Spring Happy Home items, that's the Green Clover Home, 70% off. Baking Tier Table, that's Green Clover Home is 70% off. Beehive Home, which is also Green Clover Home, 70% off. The Black Paper Stationery and Apparel, 70% off as of November 5th. Also on the markdown list for November 5th, Blueprints Home, that's Green Clover Home, 70% off. The Fiesta Table Tier items, 70% off. Also on the markdown list for November 5th, Gray Dot Socks are 50% off. Green Dot Home, 70% off as of November 5th. Also on the markdown list for November 5th, we have Halloween Seasonal, Halloween Apparel and Socks, Halloween Party, and Halloween Candy. Those are going to be at 25% off. Also on the markdown list for November 5th, we have Lawn and Garden, 70% off. This does exclude charcoal, citronella, coolers, fans, grills, hoses, lighter fluid, live plants, potting soil, and propane. Also on the markdown list for November 5th, Pink Square Swim and Summer Toys, 70% off. This does exclude bubbles and chalk. Safari Home, Purple Clover Home Party, that's going to be 70% off. Shades of Gray, Purple Clover Home, that's going to be 70% off. And the Yellow Dot Spring Summer Accessories and Shoes, 70% off. That does exclude flip-flops and slippers. Okay, on to the penny list for November 5th, and we do have a lot of areas that's covered in this, so hopefully everyone will be able to find some of the pennies since we have so many areas. The penny list for November 5th includes aged party. Back to school hardware is also on the penny list for November 5th. Back to school stationery is on the penny list for November 5th. These are just a few of the examples I found online. Also on the markdown list for October 29th, Purple Dot Home will be 90% off. The penny list for November 5th also includes Purple Dot Home. July 4th seasonal items are also on the penny list for November 5th. Major League Baseball and Major League Soccer apparel, that's also on the penny list for November 5th. Mother's Day and Valentine's apparel, that is also on the penny list for November 5th. The penny list for November 5th also includes NC summer insect items. Patriotic Party is also on the penny list for November 5th. And here are just a couple of the examples below of the items I found online. Private brand sun care is also on the penny list for November 5th. The penny list for November 5th also includes a spring stationery party. And the last item on the penny list is the Kids Dino Tier Table Purple Dot Home. Okay, and then I went ahead and did some slides that just show what the areas are, in case you wanted to screenshot those so that you had them on your phone, so you could take them into the store so you can make sure to remember what the areas are. So the penny list for November 5th includes aged party, back to school hardware and stationery, and the July 4th seasonal. The penny list continues. Kids Dino Tier Table Purple Dot, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer apparel, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day apparel, and the NC Summer insect items. Penny list continues for November 5th. Patriotic Party, Private Brand Sun Care, Purple Dot Home, and the Spring Stationery and Party. Okay, now we're going over to the markdown list. These areas they have not changed from last week, I don't believe. But anyway, the Dollar Spring Happy Home Green Clover 70% off. $1 Summer Barbecue and Fun 70% off. Baking Tier Table 70% off. The Beehive Home Green Clover 70% off. Markdown list continues. Black Paper Party Stationery and Apparel 70% off. Blueprints Home Green Clover 70% off. Select Electronics 25% off. Markdown list for November 5th continues. Fiesta Tier Table 70% off. Gray Dot Socks 50% off. Shades of Gray Home, and that's Purple Dot 70% off. Markdown list continues for November 5th. Lawn and Garden 70% off. Pink Square and Summer Swim Toys 70% off. And the Yellow Dot Spring Summer Accessories 70% off. Which leads us to this slide. You never ask Dollar General employees about pennies. I made this mistake when I first started, because I didn't know, I didn't understand how it all worked. So, the reason why we have the pennies, of course, is because Dollar General employees get the list and then they're supposed to pull all the things that are on that list. They're supposed to pull off the shelves. And it's not supposed to be on the floor so that, those don't exist. But if they don't get them off the floor and Tuesday comes around, then if you scan those items that are on the list for that week, then it should ring up a penny. And so, but just don't ask them about it. You just go in and just take a look around. Okay, and then your miles may vary, the YMMV. And when I first started, I didn't know what they were talking about. That just means your miles may vary and items in one area might be a penny and in another area they might be full price. And I've had that happen to me too. So, you just need to make sure that if you find an item that is on the penny list, scan it because it might be a penny, but it might not be a penny. And if you scan it, then you're more like clear when you go up to the checkout, you'll be more confident. Okay, if you are refused a penny item, you can show the Dollar General penny policy because they are supposed to sell it if it's on the floor and it rings up a penny. They're supposed to sell it to you. But, the way I look at it is I don't want to have the confrontation with anyone. So if and I may have been refused a penny item before, I can't really remember. But if that happens to me, I would just say, okay, that's fine. And then I just would not make a big deal about it. But, if you wanted to show them the penny policy and say, hey, it's right here in your store policy, you have to sell that to me, you're supposed to sell that to me, then you most certainly can. It's on the next slide. Okay, and here is the Dollar General penny policy. And it states penny sales should not occur in a store at any time. If an item rings up for a penny, the item should be sold to the customer for a penny. So that's right in their policy. So if you want to just take a picture of that with your phone, you could have that on your phone ready to go if you needed it. Okay, that's all I had for my Dollar General penny list with the markdown list for November 5th. Again, like I said, we have so many pennies out there. I love it when we have like tons of areas that have pennies on them because it's harder for the employees to pull all the items from those areas. So that just makes I feel like it makes it easier to find the pennies because they're gonna miss items. So hopefully everyone will be able to go out and find a few pennies tomorrow or some great deals. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll become a subscriber. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.